So some of y'all might know there was a vicious, brutal, and disgusting terror attack committed in Russia by Islamic terrorists. Now, Russia apparently captured the supposed suspects, and they were viciously beaten, bruised, all of that. So let's see what happened. Yo, Russia's got to be one of the most pathetic countries I've ever seen. Why are Russian agents walking around in multicam? Are y'all not capable of getting your own camo? Why are Russian troops, why do y'all all have, like, okay, we have different camos in our military, but at least they're our camos. Why are they walking around in multicam? And yo, this dude was, yo, I bet it hurts to even move his face. Look at him, he looks like a corpse. This isn't even a person that's alive. This is a man who died. They basically killed him and dragged him into court. Oh yeah, nah, bro. Yeah, he about dead, bro. He just about dead, bro. Yeah, bro. He gone, bro. He about gone, bro. Go on ahead and just, he about gone, bro. It look like he finished, bro. They done took him out.
Все те, кто стрелял, убивал людей, найдены и задержаны. Они пытались скрыться и двигались в сторону Украины, где, по предварительным данным, для них с украинской стороны было подготовлено окно для перехода государственной границы.
Really? Vladimir Putin, you expect us to believe that these terrorists were going to try to escape through Ukraine? They were going to drive through all those military checkpoints. They were going to drive through all those minefields, and they were going to dodge all those bullets and bombs. They were going to do that. I highly doubt these terrorists would have had a secured escape through Ukraine. Like, trying to get to Ukraine from Russia would have to be impossible, especially after committing a terror attack. Why would they try to escape through Ukraine when they could escape through plenty of like Caucasian nations in Russia? Why go through Ukraine? It'd be impossible. Vladimir Putin is trying his best to take advantage of this tragedy and use it as a tool by which to spur on warfare. It's disgusting. It's absolutely sick. And the only reason why him and his people have acknowledged it wasn't entirely Ukraine is because the terrorists posted a video screaming their usual terrorist mantra, Allah Akbar, all of that, you know, which forced Russia to accept the truth. But I'm willing to bet that if that video had never come out, Vladimir Putin, our best friend Medvedev, and friends would have sat there and said, oh yeah, Ukraine 100% involved. Bro, we got to get rid of these dudes, bro. We got to get rid of Vladimir Putin. We got to get rid of Medvedev. All of these guys have got to go.
Ще одне, те, що сталося вчора в Москві. Очевидно, і Путін, і інші покидьки просто намагаються звалити все це на когось іншого. У них завжди однакові методи, це вже було, і підірвані будинки були, і розстріли, і вибухи, і завжди вони звинувачують інших.
Morons, all of them. Bruh, if I'm a radical Islamic terrorist and I commit a terrorist attack in Russia, I am deleting myself by the end of it. I'm not, bruh, stay alive for what? Video games? Food? No, bro. Like, bro, if I lost my mind to that extent, to where I'm like, you know what? Terror attack in Russia, not a bad idea. If that thought occurred to me and I took it seriously, bro, I would delete myself by the end of that attack. I'm not gonna stick around for what? You see, one of them seems to be missing an ear. One of them the other two look dead. The other two look dead. They look like they were killed. They look like they were just like reanimated and brought into court, bro. Skin all gray, all beat up. Bro, they don't look alive. They look dead. They look absolutely dead. Now, here's what the article says about what happened to these dudes, right? So 4 suspects accused of killing more than 130 people in a terrorist attack at a Moscow concert hall appeared heavily beaten as they were charged by a court in the Russian capital Sunday. Photos and videos released by the court showed the 4 men being led into the courtroom with various levels of injuries. 3 of the men had visible bruises and swelling on their faces, including one with heavy bandaging around his right ear. The 4th seen barely conscious as he sat inside the prisoner's box, dressed in a hospital gown and on a stretcher, with his eyes closed for most of the hearing. Yeah, they gave him brain damage. It came after the images showing the suspect's violent treatment in custody were shared widely across Russian social media, and as President Vladimir Putin vowed revenge, but made no mention of the Islamic State group, which claimed responsibility for the deadly attack. The Basmany District Court of Moscow named the suspects as Dalerdzon Mirzoyev, Saidakrami Rachabalizoda, what the fuck? Shamsidin Fariduni, and Muhammad Sobir Faizov. What the fuck is with these names? Muhammad Sobir, Fariduni, Shamsidin. What the fuck? Yo. Like, bruh. If they're that religious, this Islamic, y'all ain't got nothing better to do than to kill random people in Russia? Like, y'all don't got anything more productive to be doing? 2 of the 4 had admitted their guilt. Oh, they snitching. Why, yo, like, bro, well, I mean, they were on camera, so it is what it is, but, like, damn, it's 4 niggas, 2 of them just fold, like, although their condition raised questions about whether they were able to speak freely. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, when you over there getting tortured, you probably would admit to anything. All 4 were charged with committing a terror attack, according to the court, and could face up to life imprisonment, but we all know they're not gonna be sent to prison for life, they're gonna be executed. The suspects were ordered detained until May 22nd by the court. 7 more people were detained on suspicion of involvement in the attack. Yo, all these boys look a little bit roughed. A little bit roughed up. Whew, I'm not about to say those names again. I'm good on that. Bottom right, I ain't gonna lie, it's not looking good for him, bro. He look like he done logged out. Bottom right look like he done logged himself out. He look like yo, this shit ain't funny, but it is though. All 4 citizens of ex-Soviet state Tajikistan, TASS State News Agency reported the suspects had to use a translator to communicate in court, according to TASS. NBC News analyzed footage shared over the weekend by Russian pro-war Telegram channels that showed at least one of the suspects being tortured and others violently interrogated and injured. NBC News was able to authenticate the footage by comparing it with images of the suspects as they appeared in court on Sunday. In one video, suspect Saidakrami Rachabalizoda lies on the ground in the woods while a man hacks at Rachabalizoda's ear with a knife before stuffing what looks like part of the ear into Rachabalizoda's own mouth. So there's a video of the Russians beating their ass and cutting their ear off. Wow. Okay. I mean, bro, like, what possessed these 3? I mean, you know, what I think is that these dudes right here are probably a little bit inbred. And the reason why I'm willing to go so far as to say that they're inbred is because how in the fuck do you not know these niggas gonna do this to you? What, they thought Russia was a normal civilized state? No, you do some shit like this in Russia, bro, the worst is gonna happen to you, bro. The worst. Like, the fact that they did this attack and didn't delete themselves, it's like, I don't know if they're really about that ISIS life. Like, like, you kill innocent people, but you're supposed to delete yourself at the end. Y'all forgot, like, the most important part of the mission. Y'all allowed yourselves to be captured by Russia? Nah, they might be a little bit challenged psychologically, a little bit mentally challenged. Yeah. The men are accused of perpetrating the worst terror attack Russia has seen in the last 20 years. Yeah, the last ones were like the when the Chechens came up in there and started shooting up movie theaters and shit. So, let's see. Let's see what Vladimir said. So Putin says Islamic extremists raided concert hall, but attack masterminds are yet to be found. So Putin said, here's what he said. Let's zoom in on what Putin said right here. He said Putin, who declared over the weekend that the 4 attackers were arrested while trying to escape to Ukraine, said investigators haven't determined who ordered the attack, but that it was necessary to find out why the terrorists, after committing their crime, tried to flee to Ukraine and who was waiting for them there. I'm going to tell y'all what I think, bro. I don't think these guys tried to flee to Ukraine. I don't. It could be true that they did, but I don't. I think these guys were probably trying to flee back to where they're from, Tajikistan. Like, I don't think these guys were trying to go to Ukraine. Go to Ukraine for what? Ukraine is not going to sit there and hold y'all and not return y'all. That's why I'm saying, like, they got to be, if it's true that they were going to Ukraine, they have to be a little bit inbred, because it's like, you attack Russia in this manner, you flee to Ukraine. Bro, Ukraine just got in. Why would Ukraine hold you? To incur more of Russia's wrath? No, they're going to turn you in. The only scenario in which I could see them trying to escape anywhere is them trying to escape back home. But, you know, Putin is the one who's in charge of the FSB and KGB, so surely he knows more than me. But, you know, it's funny we talk about Putin's intelligence, and by intelligence, I mean information. This is the same dude who received warnings from both the UK and the US about an attack. And you know what he said? He said it was blackmail. He said they were trying to derail his election. He said they were making it up. And then when it happens, he wants to point the blame at Ukraine. It's like, nigga, we told you there was going to be an attack. Like, bro, the US told you, the UK told you. And he doesn't want to, this man was trying so hard to ignore the fact that ISIS did it. It's like, bruh, just admit. Just admit. Now we got folks on the internet saying it was the CIA. I'm pretty sure Russell Brand is somewhere probably claiming the CIA did it. Bruh, my issue is this. Vladimir Putin is only concerned about the upkeep of his own power. This man is warned about a terror attack, and instead of realizing the altruistic good of our actions in warning him, he instead decides to lead into his own pride, dismiss our warnings, and decide he knows better than we do, and ignore what we say. Then this attack happens, and he's cutting folk ear off, beating folk off. Like, bruh. As it pertains to what he did to those guys, I frankly don't feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for them at all. The only reason why I object to their treatment is because the law, justice is supposed to be without emotion. It's not supposed to be emotional. It's not supposed to be overimposing with consequences before someone has been deemed guilty. Beating the shit out of a suspect is basically you saying you're guilty before it's proven. You get what I'm trying to say? Now, like I said before, I feel no sympathy for these guys. I firmly believe these guys more than likely are the suspects. And they're guilty. I mean, if they're on camera and they had the selfie video, they're more than likely guilty. I've yet to see the selfie video unblurred. I would love to see it so we can know if these are actually the guys, but I would imagine they probably are. But for the sake of proper justice, for the sake of a proper system, it's incumbent upon all of us to make sure that we treat all suspects with the same treatment across the board. But obviously, Vladimir Putin is trying to showcase strength. He ignored the United States. He ignored the UK when they warned him of an attack. He felt like they were trying to make him look weak. They were trying to blackmail his nation. All of this foolishness, and then the attack actually happens. So now he's trying to compensate. He's trying to compensate for this weakness. It's like, bro, if you had just cooperated with us, you wouldn't be having to play these kind of games. But he didn't want to listen, though. He didn't want to listen. He didn't want to cooperate. So, I mean, bro, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's all good. Vlad thought he had to figure it out. He obviously didn't. But yeah, they put hands on them boys. You know what I'm saying? Not that I feel bad for them. I mean, you killed 113, 100. How many people did they kill, bro? Let me go back up there. They killed over 100. They killed more than 130 people. Y'all ruined the lives of over 130 people, bro. That's 100. That's so many family members, bro, that are grieving someone, and y'all, like, yeah, I don't feel bad for them, but you know, I think that there's a way to handle suspects of any crime, and that's not the way to do it. But I still don't feel any sympathy for them. It is what it is. Vladimir Putin, always running away from accountability. It is what it is. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section about Big Vlad. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.